Alright, y'all, got another one for y'all today. I tell you, T-Ray is always, always working on something. Got a radiator. I bought this radiator on my Jeep Cherokee about, I don't know, 4 years ago and some change, maybe almost 5 years. I had a lifetime warranty on it. But when it comes to AutoZone or Advanced, that lifetime warranty is not for life. It's only until it goes bad. They only replace it one time, and I didn't know that. So once they replaced this before, and then they kicked it out of the system. So right here, this stuff looked kind of rusty and dusty and all that stuff. It needed to be flushed. This radiator wasn't doing too good. And then on top of that, I found a leak right up along that edge right there. Right there. That's the leak. So, and this is a 2-fin radiator instead of a 3-fin, 3-core, whatever they call it. I just learned something new every day. I didn't even pay attention to what the difference is in radiators, but I got a 2-fin instead of 3. So basically that means that there's 2 fins that circulate the water inside of the cone right here, inside of the fins, instead of 3 going 1, 2, 3. And if you're in Arizona or something like that, I've heard of people having temperatures of 117 and like really hot areas, then it kind of can still overheat. But I'm in it's hot here too, but I'm 104 to 106 probably is the highest temperature to get around here. So let me get started on this, and it's Grind Time Media, and let me get working on this. Yeah. Alright, the first thing I'm gonna do right here is I'm gonna start taking the cover off, taking everything off right now. I got an Allen key. Thingamajig here, like so. I'm just gonna start because this particular truck, last time I did it, you have to take all this stuff off. Damn. Okay. Alrighty then. Get a bigger Allen key. This thing don't want to play games today. Alright. Get a bigger one to turn it. There we go. There we go. Take all these off. That way I can I need somewhere to put all these screws, really. I mean, I could have waited till later on when it get a little cooler, but I miss my truck. It's my shaggin' wagon. You understand me? Whatever that means. I just gotta go along here. Take all these screws, these old rusted Allen key screws off here. Alright, so now I got all this stuff off, all the way across. So now it's pretty much easy street now. You just go in, and disconnect your hoses. You got a hose down here, you got a hose on the top over there, and you just pull it up, put the new one in. It's a very small radiator, but it just has a whole bunch of shit around it. You know what I mean? You got the piece over here that's attached to the top of the radiator. Had to take the bolts out of there. And you got the shroud, but at least on a Cherokee it allows you to take the shroud off over the fan. At least on this one it does. I've seen a lot worse. I lost something down here. There was a clip that went to something. I don't know where it is. See, now you can once you disconnect the hoses, but then you got to take the hoses off for the transmission lines. You got to be careful with that. I took them off before. So you don't want to play no games with that. There's one right there, that. You don't want to mess around with that. You got another one there. Those got to be special attention. But here you just got one clamp, you know, and that's pretty much it. And I'm definitely looking for the thing that I thought I lost. A little clip. It's a small little clamp that goes up here on top of these things here. But anywho, we're gonna keep moving along. Alright, so now what I'm doing, I'm taking off the clamp along this edge here. I don't know if you can see that. Alright. Yeah, you're getting it. Alright. So I just grab the clamp here, pull it back as tight as you can. Then once you work the clamp back, you take the hose off. There's going to be a lot of water that's going to come out behind that. You shouldn't have to take the battery out. But there she blows. That's the top one on this side. So this side should just lift out. You won't have no problem out of this side. Look at that radiator fluid. It looks terrible. Over here, I grab an adjustable up under here, and I just work that out. Alright, so here's what we got. We got the radiator on now, but I'm just taking some accessories off of it. You know, the new radiator should have some stuff up there. Radiator should have some stuff already up there, and I'm just taking this stuff off. And I probably got some Teflon tape or something around here. I don't know if you can hear me, I'm talking loud enough, but what I'm saying over here is I'm taking the accessories off, extra stuff that came with the radiator, and then I'm gonna match it up to the new radiator and see what I need to add to it. You know, like this piece right here on the back. And I took the radiator cap off, and this thing just smells bad, looks bad, and looks like it's got a lot of problems. Alright, so I'm going to set this to the side. And then I'm going to go grab the new radiator. See what we got. Alright, I got the new box out. First thing you want to do, you want to make sure when you got the box that basically you want to make sure that you got the right let me get over here. You want to make sure that you got the right stuff that you need. It's the right radiator. Match them up, sit them beside each other, whatever. But I can already tell by me doing this before on this truck that this is the right radiator. Pull the stuff off. You get some clamps in here. It's attached to a rubber piece. You know, these clamps, which I probably won't even use. I don't know if you can see them or not. But I got some clamps right here. There you go. Got some clamps. Probably won't use. I got this right here. I'm laughing about some shit I did a little while ago. I apologize. I'm still tripping off of it. Don't pay me no mind. Alright. And I got this is that piece I was telling you about. But they already got it up there. I mean, they already got everything up there that I need. I don't need nothing else. They got my piece here. That piece there is up there. They got this piece here. All I got to do is put this thing in and sit it in there, and I'm good. So let's do that. I'm gonna do it in real time for y'all. Right? It looks like it might rain, so we're gonna go ahead and get busy. Like the song say, get busy, y'all. I don't know nothing about that. That was 1980 something. Alright. So now that y'all got a good shot of it, I hope, I'm just going to take the radiator and put it in here. There is something that I'm not sure about that I might not have on this thing. It's a little never mind. Never mind. I was looking at the drain on the other side. You got to turn this piece, and it's a little ear, and then it drains. But it looks like it's broke. Somebody broke it. This is a remanufactured unit. Let me show you something. This is how you tell it's a remanufactured unit. It's probably why they're selling it so cheap. This piece has a mark on it. There's supposed to be a little ear. It's on the side. There's a good shot of it right there. Let me show you what the one I got has. See that? But I can always take this off and hold on to it for later, because that one will never come off. So I'll just keep this one just in case I need it. And that's pretty much it. And then when you take this, screw this out, water comes up out of here. Y'all getting a little bit, y'all getting your education on radiators today. Alright, so now I'm going to put it in. And I'm just lining everything up. Make sure I got everything out of the way. And seems like I'm missing a step. I think I can get the other housing in on top of this. You know? I don't want to mess nothing up. You know, the fan part. Alright, so far so good. Now, and I mean, I guess I'm gonna depend on the fact that I probably can get the shroud on with this stuff on, so I'm gonna go ahead and tighten it up, or I'm gonna have to undo all this stuff again. You know what I'm saying? I think I can get the shroud on and tighten it up, so I'm just gonna put everything up as I go, because once you get the shroud and stuff on, it's gonna be kind of hard to get to all this stuff. Alright, so I got everything tightened up in there. Now it's time to finish things up. I'm going to put my shroud on. Excuse me, my hose. Then I'm going to put the shroud on. Put all them little screws back on. that I originally had to do. And I'll see if I got some radiator fluid for this thing. You know, I think I got a little bit. We want to have some radiator fluid in there. You know why? Radiator fluid had chemicals in it. You know, like little oils and stuff like that, some lubrication to help lubricate the water pump. You know, a lot of times it has a conditioner in there to help the water pump. I don't know how strong it is or what's what, but that's just what it is, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm attempting to get this down in there. It might be a little bit of a challenge, but I don't want to mess the fins up. That's the main thing. Trying to get past these fins. But I was able to get it in the first time. I'm trying to get it in there a second time. Turning the fan a little bit, hoping I can slip past it. You know what I'm saying? There we go. There we go. There we go. But still, you got to make sure that you get that fan and the clips down at the bottom. Got to make sure they go all the way down there. And pull this. Pull this. Yeah, because you know this ain't going to be a walk in the park most of the time. Trying to get this stuff in there. But it'll go. It'll go. Once you got the screws lined up, but you still got to get the shroud to drop down in there right. It doesn't move on that fan. And that's going to be challenging. Yeah. Main thing is you gotta get this thing lined up. And sometimes it ain't always easy. It will go. So now I dropped it down there. See if the shroud, yep, the shroud's in. Well, it never really sat down as much as I wanted it to, but the screws in here match up. So all that play that's in it right now, by the time I put the brace on it that was on the top and all that stuff, it'll hold it there. So, and plus this will push down on it, so it shouldn't move like that. Water in there, it ain't gonna move. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I just can't do nothing about it. I mean, y'all gonna see me on YouTube and say, you know, he don't know what he doing. Oh, I know. I done replaced this twice. So, and I ran its ass off and never had a problem until the radiator got some rust in it now. So I think I know what I'm talking about. Now I'm just taking it now, running the line through so I can hook up to the sometimes you want to blow, make sure your nasty ass coolant jug, which I need to drain, or I need to toss this damn thing, but that probably needs to be flushed out. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do that today. I'm gonna flush this damn thing out. Get all that. Do it right now. So I don't want that coolant going into my new radiator. I usually ain't petty like that, but you know what? I just put a new radiator in here, and I don't want that same shit to go in here that fucked up this one. Look at that. Y'all see that shit? Y'all see that crap? Now it's turning back clear. That's the shit that was gonna flow back in my radiator, causing me problems. Alright, I got the water in, got everything going. It's not leaking or anything, but it just didn't take a lot of water. I mean, I don't know why. I had the radiator completely out, and whatever water was in it drained out on the ground. Maybe it's a pressurized radiator, which means, or maybe the thermostat has to open, but I've never seen a radiator wouldn't let you put no water in it from the jump. So I'm gonna be keeping a close eye on it. You know, maybe it'll let me add it once it gets a little warmer. But I'm extremely concerned about that. And I read somewhere where you had to bleed it or do something to it. Well, I had the other hose down there off. I even blew into the radiator and water did come out from here, the cap. I blew into the cap a little bit. Water came out of the other side, where the hose is over there. So there was water in it, but I'm sure there's a lot of air in there. Let's see how much water it lets me add now. Very small amount, but it's taking something. Very small amount though. But I guess when the radiator opens up, it'll let me put more in it, because that ain't gonna be enough. That ain't gonna be enough to go do a whole bunch of driving with that little bit of water in. But it's not hot and it's holding a good temperature. Alright, everything seemed to be working fine. The engine is just burping a little bit, you know. The thermostat seems to be open. And I'm just gonna let it sit there and get the air out for a while. And the good thing is it's not bubbling up, it's not jumping out, it's not acting crazy. It's just spitting up bubbles, which is, I had this thing that, it's a funnel that you put a radiator cap on and it can burp the radiator. But I've never done that, you know, I've never had to do that. You know, if something wrong with it or, you know, something crazy. I just had a head gasket put up here no longer than 6 months ago, so I ain't got a problem with that. So, as you see, it's just bubbling. It's just burping, not really bubbling or anything. And I'm just letting it get the air out of it, and if it needs some added to it, I add it to it. But that's really it, and that's just crap that came out of the old, this stuff that was in the other radiator fluid. I mean, I flushed it. Well, actually, I didn't really flush it. Maybe I should have. But, that's a whole nother ball game. But if I get like 50% of the water out, put a new radiator in it, you know, I flushed the coolant, the reservoir. So I mean, some things have been done. You know, the water doesn't look all stagnant like the other water did before I did it. So that's all I got for you today. Everything seems to be great. I put a top on it just so, you know, just for GP, so y'all can see. Okay, you know, there we go. There we go. Grind Time Media. I'm out.